What's up, everybody? I'm Novo coming at you with another one. Having a look at AAX. I think we're on the precipice of some change. Just looking at the most recent Rhino horn back in July 2018. We had a little bit of a pump here. Excuse me. So everything here and beyond is probably going to be the Gandalf zone. None shall pass. So in order for us to break the all-time high, it's got to happen much later on down the road. But you can see from high to low, we found support along here. Then we went sideways, found some resistance, and you can just see the rounding off, and then the final blow, which I think is the warrants being cashed in. I think they were 8 cents. I think I read on CEO.ca, and we had a tick at like 8.5, and then it went back up. So very low volume. Let's put down 8 cents here. The I would call that the Hail Mary bottom right now, based on the way things are, and the extreme resistance. Once we break through that, I think is when we go supernova, and that is right there. 16. I would even say 16 cents. Well, if we break 16.5, I think it's going to tick off. But we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 resistive points. And we broke below the support base right here. So this could be stop loss hunting. And now it's just being nibbled away. Like if you look at hourly, they're trying to grind it down, right? You can just see how it's grinding down. And it's following this trajectory. So I have a feeling that once we break above this, we'll probably start seeing movement back up to the upside and then challenging that 16. Doesn't mean it'll take off, but we've got to break. Got to break. What is that? 11 cents. So, and the bottom was 9.5. Was it 8.5? 9. Anyways, 9 to 11 cents has to be gobbled up before we take off. And I'm gonna sit patiently on this one. I got a nice little nest egg sitting on this, and then once we go supernova, I'll take 50% off, and then just automatically put in a bid lower. Hopefully, I can compound the gains. Just having a peek right here with a GAN fan. I'm not sure where I should put it. I'm thinking, or maybe 0 under this peak. Not entirely sure. I'll just encapsulate this, and you can see the resonance as it tries, and then it comes back down. And this is the what is that? The 1/8? Yeah, the 1/8 and the 1/4. Okay, this is kind of like the Goldilocks zone of consolidation. Anything below this, provided that the business is doing well and has good financials, this is like extreme on sale. If the business is doing bad, I mean, this thing might go to 0, right? But from what I understand, cash flow is good. They got money in the bank. Their work expenses is very small. This is like a tiny operation that will likely get bought out when or if they find something, and that's kind of what I'm banking on here. But anything under $3 is a total risk, right? So don't spend your life savings on this. But if this this thing takes off soon, I will be ready. So we've got a quadrant that we're in here, and I think we need this to complete. Or if this gets bought up and this becomes the dip or the stop loss hunt, if we go above this, then I think this tangent will start to sell the bounces before we take off. And if we try and look for session spikes, well, when was this one? 900 bars. So where does that put us? Technically, we're like due right now. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get some core samples soon. I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying not to shill this. I don't want you to get into this if I'm into it. Never follow someone else's coattails. Learn from maneuvers. Don't get in when someone else is getting in, right? Because when the sheep are buying, that's because we are selling. And when the sheep are selling, that's because we are buying. So you got to get into that mentality. I buy when I'm scared. I sell when I'm greedy. Right now, I'm nowhere near greedy. I'm just being patient. And this can be applied to all assets. Um, the only concern I have about this, I mean, their financials based on the CEO are good, and the running costs are cheap because they literally found a site, you know, what was it, like 500 yards from the road, so they don't have to go into the bush or anything. This is the only thing that I didn't like about this company, is right here. Now, granted, it's only a 1/2 split. It wasn't a 110 or 112 or anything like that. So dilution of stocks is at minimum. And this thing has been grinding away down low, um, and is due for another pump. So I think I did see some higher bids come in. I can't remember, somewhere around here, like $90,000 bids from, I think it was RBC. You can have a look back in the history. But we are just ending the 2-to-1 cycle here. So patience, patience, patience. That's what is going to get me this win. And right now I'm looking in between these two dates. As for pivots, it's just too small for me to calculate this, and I don't really bother. So what do we have? We got January 28, February 19. Let's call that beginning to mid February. I think will be the next start of whatever spike is going to happen here. But I think this will be a gradual build. I don't think, well, it might be like this, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. I think it'll be a gradual build, a cup forming, if you will. It will be extremely long and extended before it goes onto people's radar. And it will be kind of noisy as we start to build up volume to break this 16-cent barrier. And then after that, we can see the resistance, previous support. So previous support becomes future resistance. And then we'll just have to look left for the next resistance level. So previous support would be this guy right here back in June 2018. That would be the next level. And look, previous support ended up being resistance. So that is another price level that we'll have to watch accumulation happen on, like right there. So, but right now we're just watching this zone, and once I leave this quadrant here, we'll wait and see if this thing continues down and tests the 5 cent, which I seriously doubt, but anything is possible because we've got this line. Or if we hop on the 1/8, which I would be more bullish on, obviously, as we continue. And this, I'm just looking at something that just popped up, an angle of repetition. See if that, so this angle, yeah, very close. So maybe this is the tunnel we're going to be in until we finish this, which means maybe the train leaves February 16. Let's have a look and see if that's a weekend or something. No, that's a Tuesday. So let's see. Could there be a big buy on the 15th and then we start challenging the next price level? We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, AAX and other um, mining companies, I think they're just getting ready for the noise. Trade safe.